What's up, guys? Rich Cottrell from Mallory Whip Company here. Just making this little video here in response to some talks that was going on in the group about sharpening or polishing snap blades. So this is the type of polisher that I use. It's a basic Bauer 6-inch bench grinder, as you see here. I got this from Harbor Freight, and I want to say it was like maybe 50-60 bucks. There's a whole apparatus that came with it with for grinding wheels, but I just took all of that off, and you can also buy these polishing wheels from Harbor Freight. I think it's like maybe 20 bucks for the set, and then you can buy a set of these polishing rouges, right? So the gray is what I use when the blade's really dull and I want to get a new edge, and I use that with this wheel over here to the left, which is a little bit more sturdier because it's a stitched pad, whereas this one is loose, as you see. So this is stitched. So this is to kind of almost sharpen a little bit. It's a little bit of a rougher polishing compound, and then I use the green for straight polishing. So typically after once you can feel the blade get a little dull, I'll come back and hit it with this. If I notice that it's getting duller quicker, then I know that it needs a little bit of a freshened edge, to which I use the stitched wheel heel. Now I'll also add on there that I used to be a butcher. This would need sanded, so I have pretty good experience with keeping blades sharp. So, and these were some old sharpening rods that I had from when I was working with knives. So this is like a ceramic sharpening steel, which can freshen up the edge a little bit. And then this is a butcher's sharpening, and I take a piece of sandpaper and add some grooves in here. This is magnetic, so it helps to pull the wire edge to the left or to the right, straightening that out a little bit. But let's go ahead and pull this off. So you can see here, this is my Aussie Strander. These are the snap blades that I use. I use it at about that length. And I start with it all the way up like this, and then when this area gets dull, I'll just loosen it and loosen the screw here, and then push it down a few millimeters, retighten it, and keep going. Usually I can cut through at least maybe 2 or 3 different bellies or overlays or things like that before I have to get it. But here's the blade. So I basically use regular 9mm snap blades, and I snap them in half. You get 2 sides. So here's the one. I haven't been through this one yet, but now when we're getting into the idea of sharpening and polishing, it's the same thing. It doesn't take much because you're dealing with really razor thin razor blades, and so if I were to sharpen it on this, I just use my hand, hit it on the steel a couple of times, or if I really wanted to, if I wanted to freshen up the edge more than what this is going to do, I hit it with this. Hit it here a couple of times, just and then come back, hit it with this real good, and then come over here and polish it up. But since this is good, this blade is sharp, and it actually is freshly polished, I only used it for I think like one little thing. We'll go ahead and do this. So basically the way that I hold my blade is real simple. I just hold it just like this with my 2 fingers, and you notice I'm using the back side to add support, and you don't have to apply a ton of pressure for what you're doing here. And switch sides. Same thing, just holding it like that. You see my thumb gets hit a little bit, but I'm not applying a ton of pressure. And that's it. That's all I do to freshen up my blades. Let's see if I can get a better focus here. That's all I do to freshen up my blades. Like I said, you can see here it gets my thumbnail a little bit, but again, I'm not, you don't, somebody, the whole purpose of this video, somebody asked, well, how do you do it without allowing it to become a projectile? Well, I'm not taking this, I'm not taking this blade and ramming it in there. That's not what I'm doing. It doesn't take much. When it comes to polishing, remember, speed is greater than pressure. So I don't have to apply a ton of pressure. I apply until I kind of hear it hit real well and even, and then I just bzz, 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 and then I switch sides, and do it back this way, bzz, bzz, and I do the same thing for either side. It's very easy, very simple. I'm not, I don't have a Hulk grip on this either, because it's good and sturdy. As you can see here, this is about how I would hold it. And I'm just putting it in here and just hitting it nice and softly, and that will freshen your blade up. Well, one, I do this right off the bat. As soon as I prepare a new blade, as soon as I take a new snap blade out, snap it in half, first thing I do is I take it over here, I hit it on this polishing wheel, and then I hit it on this polishing wheel until I can get it really shiny. Wish it would focus well. Until I can get that blade really shiny and polished, where there's no rigids, no anything. It's real smooth, and man, this will cut like butter, like buttered sausage. So yeah, then that's all you need. And then I just come back after every couple of overlays or something like that, and I hit it again. And this blade will last me for quite some time, before I have to go to a new one. Now, typically, I don't really use this. I don't really use any of these for my strander blades. For these, I use those for my blade that I use for cutting everything else. So this particular knife with this particular blade, which this is the same blade. Now this one I try to keep longer. Period. I just try to keep it longer. I sharpen it. I hit the edge a little bit more and frequently. And that's about it. So yeah, hope that helps you guys. Hope it makes more sense. I'll put this all back together, and y'all have a good one.